Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today we are doing your main character era reading. So we have 3 cards here that I feel represent main character energy. They're all from the major arcana. So we have for group 1, the World card, for group 2, the Wheel of Fortune, and for group 3, the Sun card. Now, if you prefer to pick with crystals, I have added some green aventurine, some white howlite, and some blue lace agate. So select the card or multiple cards that resonate with you. If you resonate with more than one, feel free to watch multiple readings, or sometimes people like to watch all of the readings and then see which messages resonated with them the most. So do whatever your intuition guides you to do, and then jump down to the timestamps linked in the description box or pinned in the comments below to skip ahead to your chosen reading or readings. And we will see you there. All right, hi group number 1. If you chose the World card, then this is going to be your main character era reading. So I decided that today's reading is going to be all tarot. So we're not going to use any oracle runes, stickers, blocks, or letters. It's just going to be tarot today. For whatever reason, that's what Spirit guided me to do. And so as usual, we're going to go with the direction. So I'm going to use the deck that this card actually comes from, which is the Last Unicorn deck. And we're going to see what your story is of your main character era. So let's take a look at that. So for group number 1, what is their main character era going to look like? Oh wow, the 9 of Swords popping out. Okay. Feel these 2. So for group number 1, their main character era. All right, let's start with that. So the first card that did make an appearance here is the 9 of Swords. This is a challenging card of stress and worry and fear and sleeplessness and anxiety. And so I feel like, especially since you chose the World card, this is like you ending a pretty significant cycle or coming to the end of a cycle where you've been stuck in your head, okay? You also have the King of Coins. All right. This King of Coins here is making me feel like he goes after what he wants. Like the arrows on his back are what's standing out to me. He feels like a hunter-gatherer. It's like he goes out and he takes what he wants, or he gets what he wants with his skill. You also have the Empress card reversed. Now, from this, I'm kind of feeling like I feel like you've been in a state where you didn't feel abundant, or you didn't feel like you were confident enough to go after what you wanted. But this main character era is like, this is, you know what it feels like? It feels like your main character's story arc is going from lack and fear and restriction to coming out of your shell and really, really owning your power, especially your power to create your own reality. But let's keep going here. You have the 4 of Cups. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. You have the 8 of Coins. Let me just reposition these a little. Okay, you have the 2 of Cups as well. So definitely a love or romance part of your main character era. And the 3 of Coins. Okay, there we go. I finally got the cards the way I like them. I'm just picky about that. And it's funny because when I was looking down through the camera angle, I was seeing that the timing on the organization that it took me about, it was 555. So anyway, this 555 feels significant for you. It feels like this is a big major transition or change, and it's like a season of transition. So your main character era right now is very much about the completion of a cycle and the transition into another one. Now, what I'm seeing, especially with the 2 of Cups here and the 3 of Coins, is that your main character era is going to involve other people. So your main character era is not just a solo mission. It's like you have supporting roles or other supporting characters that are meant to be a part of your story, especially as it relates to your stress, your worry, your determination to meet your goals, your work as well. I'm also seeing here what you're doing on a daily basis and how you feel about that, your satisfaction. So your main character era, especially with the 8 of Coins, is like all about your work and your ability to go after what it is that you want. I just feel a great sense of determination after a period of some pretty significant stress and worry, fear. I also feel self-defeat with the Nine of Swords. It does feel a little bit like the stress and the anxiety may have gotten to you and caused you to feel like you couldn't achieve what you wanted, or you couldn't go out and get what you wanted. But underneath it, I feel a very ambitious energy from you, group number 1. I get the sense that you're meant to be something more in the world. You're meant to rise, you're meant to flower, you're meant to fly. And so this Nine of Swords energy was almost like a catalyst for you to be able to kind of get clear on why you want to do it or what is going to satisfy you. Because I get the sense that this Nine of Swords energy was you before this main character era was kind of launched, but it's part of it, right? It's part of it because it's the catalyst that causes you to have to go after what you want. You know, it's like you can't just sit around and feel like this forever. There's a part of your soul that's just like, no, this is not it. And this stress and this worry and this sleeplessness is coming from this lack of satisfaction. And look at these two cards. It's so funny that I just noticed that they're both, well, first of all, they're the same character, but they're also doing the same motion with their hands. Like they're both holding their head. So that's again why this makes me think that this was a very mental thing for you. And the stress and the worry may have even caused migraines or physical symptoms, headaches and stuff like that. But I really get the sense that you're just like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep feeling dissatisfied with my life and stressed and worried. It's like I have to do something. And even though you may have not had enough resources or felt creative enough or felt like you were naturally abundant enough to go after what it was that you wanted, I see that you're like doing it anyway, or you're going to do it anyway, or you've done it anyway, depending on where you are in this story arc. But you are meant to be this King of Coins energy, male or female, doesn't matter. It's you're meant to be in that like protector, provider, abundant, wealthy energy. And you're supposed to go after what you want. You're supposed to let that ambition drive you and put in the work. Like I do see that there will be some work that you will need to do, some learning or some trial and error. There might even be some kind of excursions. That's the word that's coming through. Excursions that you need to go on to be able to acquire the skills or the knowledge to be able to put into practice what it is that you're desiring to do. And like I said, it's going to involve other people. So friendships, family members, colleagues, business associates, or business partners, like all of these things. I just see like it's very important for you, group 1, to have a network because the world is here, right? It's like the world outside of you, your connections with other people, and how those support you to getting towards your goals, to moving towards what you want to create, and to mastering that. Because I do see with the 8 of Coins and the King of Coins, even the 3 of Coins too, it's like mastership. You're here to master a skill or a trade or some kind of something related to work. And also you're meant to be abundant. You're meant to be abundant, but you have to learn to get out of your own head and get out of your own way is what Spirit is saying. And be willing to work with people who are going to support you in doing that. You know, group number 1, I'm also seeing that not just platonic or supportive relationships in regard to your business or to your finances or to your work. I also see the 2 of Cups here as an indication that there's meant to be a love story in your main character era. There's meant to be someone who, I just heard, completes you. And I don't even like that saying because I think that we are complete beings all on our own. We are such multifaceted, many fractaled souls that I don't like the idea of another soul having to complete you, but that's what Spirit said. So I'm going to say it, even if I don't agree with it. So this energy of like coming together with somebody who balances you out, maybe that's a better way of describing it. It's like they don't complete you because you're not lacking. You're not like half of a whole, but maybe they help to balance you out, or maybe they help to give you something that you didn't have. And through that mutual exchange, because you give them something they didn't have, you both thrive and are better off together. So that's kind of, okay, thank you for clarifying, Spirit, because I did get a little bit like resistant there, and they kind of checked me by explaining what they meant. Yeah. This energy of abundance through romance and through connections and relationships to other people is really important for your main character era of your life. This is going to be a big thing. I do get the sense that you're going to be breaking out of your shell in a really big way, and you might even go public with something. Maybe it's like you're getting publicity for a relationship that you're in, or you're getting publicity for something that you've done or something that you've worked on or mastered or created. I just get this sense that people are going to be looking at what you're doing, whether it's just the people in your work environment, or it's your family and friends, or whether it's the whole entire world or some part of it. It's like you're being seen for what it is that you do. But first, you need to master that, and you need to build your confidence, because I'm seeing that some of this dissatisfaction and stress and anxiety and worry and self-doubt and self-defeat have kind of challenged you and put you in a position where you don't necessarily feel confident in your abilities, because we do have the Empress here, and she came up reversed. And the Empress is this very abundant, creative, very feminine, but at the same time, such a powerful leadership energy. And with this card, especially this particular imagery, it's like she's mixing up something to eat. It's very domestic. There's a beautiful fluffy cat there. And she's just very warm-hearted and soft, and it's like she's making a warm meal. She feels very nurturing. And so this coming out in reverse kind of tells me that you need to nurture yourself to build your confidence. You need to create abundance for yourself through how you treat yourself and the things that you do on a daily basis. It feels very like sixth house energy. And the sixth house is to do with your daily routine and your colleagues, your work environment, your home environment, what you're doing every day, your habits, all of those things. And a lot of the time what I see here is that if our sixth house is imbalanced, then we're going to experience stress, worry, and strife because our daily routine is not serving us in some way. And that's what I'm seeing with the Nine of Swords, the Empress reversed, and the Four of Cups. It's like you're dissatisfied because you're stressed, because you're not taking very good care of yourself. So your main character era, group number 1, seriously requires you to step up and take care of yourself in a whole new way. Like prioritize nurturing yourself, providing for yourself. That's the foundation to be able to go after what you want, because you can't go after your dreams and goals and be the main character when you're stuck in that Nine of Swords energy, when you're stuck in stress and worry and lack and fear and insomnia and like hypervigilance, and your nervous system is all, frazzled out. You really need to get yourself grounded, because that's what the King of Coins is all about. Get yourself grounded so that you can seriously start nurturing and taking care of yourself in the way that you need and deserve, by the way. You deserve to take care of yourself and to have other people support that. Very, very important. Okay, they started showing me the hands. So they first took me to the hands being held here in the Two of Cups. Then they took me to these guys' hands right here, this guy's hands. And then they showed me her hands and then his hands. So, and we did see that like the hands being important. These hands were the same in these. So I don't know what that means, Spirit. Can you tell me what the hands are meaning here? Okay, they're saying hands are to do with holding. It's like you hold on to things with your hands. Yeah. You can pick things up. You can put them down. And if you're holding your head, the hands are also to do with healing. So we heal through our hands. Like we have hand chakras, which are connected to the heart chakra. And you did choose this pile that has the green aventurine heart, which is the heart chakra crystal. It's also a very lucky stone connected to abundance. And that's what I'm seeing here with the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the World. King of Coins too, really. It's this very abundant energy. But for some reason, it's like you've been cut off from that. I'm getting a very heart chakra based energy from this group. So that may be part of your divine soul blueprint. That would be the gift of divine love. And it's very much concerned with relationships. It's concerned with nurturing. It's also about healing, and physical healing is part of that. So that's why I'm seeing like you're meant to be connected to this very natural, nurturing, abundant Empress energy it is a natural healer, but for whatever reason, the stress, the worry, the dissatisfaction, the lack of something in your life maybe stemming from the self-care deficit is kind of cutting you off, not only from your abundance or maybe even from other people, but from your ability to heal yourself or maybe even heal others. I don't know. But what I'm seeing here is that to step into this era of your life and be the main character of this story, this is like a hero's journey that I'm seeing here. It's like you have to overcome some pretty serious challenges. That's what the hero's journey is all about, is that we need to overcome some challenges to strengthen our character, to develop us, and to get us to move into our strength, to move into our skills, and to be the hero, not without support, right? Like in every good action movie or romantic story or fairy tale, there's always supporting characters. There needs to be. And that is a huge part of your story. But the biggest part here, the most influential crux of this issue is really your ability to heal yourself and to pay attention to your daily routine so that you can do that. I also see the hands as like offering up something. And especially when I think of divine love, every client who I've ever worked with whose primary energy signature is divine love is such a giver. Like they give and they give and they give. And sometimes they don't set boundaries around receiving. So it's like giving endlessly and then never getting anything back. And this may be what depleted you. Giving to others and not getting anything back or not enough back, and also not giving to yourself. I see that a lot with people, souls who have divine love in their top two, is really like, it becomes a depletion issue. So this main character era is calling you to really step up your game when it comes to taking care of yourself, group number one. If you want to step into this main character energy, you really got to prioritize your health. And that means cooking yourself healthy food. It means getting adequate rest. It means moving your body and getting out in nature. It means not consuming excessive amounts of caffeine, because I feel like the coffee cups here or the teacups are speaking to, it's like he's drinking so much coffee because he's tired, but then he can't sleep at night. So he's tired. So he's drinking so much coffee because he's tired. And it's just like this endless cycle. So to get out of that, you need to prioritize your health. So instead of drinking coffee to supplement your energy, it's like, what do you actually need? Because that treatment of the symptom is not treating the root cause, which is that you need to sleep, you need to eat healthy, you need to rest, you need to ground, you need to get some fresh air out in the world, stop and smell the flowers, experience connections that are going to serve you and really fill you up rather than constantly taking from you. This main character era is you focusing on yourself, group number one. It's like your selfish era. And I don't say selfish lightly, because it's not about being selfish. It's actually being self-focused. That's a way better way of saying it. Especially for divine love souls, being selfish is like such a trigger for them. So you may really struggle with accepting or receiving or being the focus of other people. You might just constantly want to be the supporter or the giver or the nurturer, but you might be uncomfortable to receive that in return. So it is about you learning to do this for yourself so that you won't feel so uncomfortable when other people come in to give that to you as well. Because they do. They want to give to you just as much as you want to give to them. It's just you have to be open to receiving that. And you deserve that, group number one. So that is what I see for you. They're telling me that that's all the messages, but for whatever reason, I am being called to grab. No? Yes. Okay. I am being called to grab some astro dice. I know that this was going to be an all tarot reading, but I just want to do this for fun. So let's take a look. For group number one, what does the astro dice have to say? So you have Jupiter in Leo in the first house. Wow. Okay. So Leo is such main character energy. It's like all about the self. It's very much focused on the self. Okay, I'm not even going to bother with those because they're just bugging me rotating around like that. The Jupiter energy is like grandiose is the word that I'm hearing. It's like very grandiose, and it blows up this Leo energy. So it's like you're meant to be out there in the world, but you can't do it when you're lying here in bed not being able to sleep. Right? So, and not having any energy and having headaches and feeling fatigued. It's like you can't be this King of Pentacles energy when you're stuck in this. So to get out of that, Jupiter is saying, it's time to focus on yourself. Leo in the negative sense is coined as like one of the more selfish zodiac signs, but in the higher expression, it's very heart-centered, very courageous, very loving, very determined, and very much a giver. So being in that higher energy of Leo is what I'm seeing here for you to step into your main character energy. Really, the first house is all about the self. It's like you've got to focus on yourself. You need to prioritize and really make that like your biggest job. So before you feed others, before you give to others, before you do work for others, your first priority, group number one, is number one. Your group number one, you got the first house. All of these cards are talking about the self. You need to focus on yourself because that's what main characters do. Yes, they play supporting roles for others. Yes, they give to others. And yes, they're the hero. But to do that, they have to focus on their own journey and their own needs and overcome these obstacles, because there are certainly obstacles here, but they're very much internal and they can be resolved by focusing on your daily life, your routines, and how much you're giving to yourself. So give to yourself and you're going to unlock untold abundance, group number one, like major, major power here. You've just got to focus on you. You're a magical healer. You are a magical healer. You need to focus on healing yourself first and foremost. All right, so I will leave it at that. That is what I see for you, group number one. Your main character era is going to be huge. You just really need to focus on you. Make yourself a priority, be self-focused, nurture and care for yourself, and then get out there into the world, meet these people, build this dream, and master your money, your ambition, and your growth. I am sending you so much love and prosperity and nurturing, healing energy to help you to do this. And I am still currently accepting clients, so you can book a reading with me if you're interested, and you can find the link to my website in the description box below this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number two. Welcome to your main character era reading. If you chose the Wheel of Fortune and Howlite, this is your story of your main character era of your life. So the first thing that I want to mention is that Spirit did call me to look up the meaning of Howlite and its spiritual healing properties. So Howlite teaches patience and helps to eliminate rage, pain, and stress. It's a calming stone and helps with communication, facilitating awareness, and encouraging emotional expression. Howlite also balances calcium levels in the body, and it aids teeth, bones, and soft tissue, apparently. So I didn't know that, and it's interesting that Spirit had me look that up, so we might see how that's going to resonate or connect to your reading. So what we're going to do is use the deck that this card comes from. And this is going to be an all tarot reading, but since for group one we did use the Astro Dice, we'll use that as well. So it'll be all tarot and then the Astro Dice. All right, so let's jump into your reading. Actually, I want to leave this in the center for whatever reason. So for group number two, what is their main character era story? What is this going to look like, or is this looking like? What do they need to be doing? What's the story here? Okay. All right. And that one off the top as well. Okay. So the first one that you have coming out here is the King of Swords. You also have the Ace of Swords. All right, lots of swords already. You have the Ace of Pentacles, 2 aces. Oh my God. Okay. You have the Page of Pentacles. I like how these two kind of match colors, and these two kind of match colors. Oh, that's interesting. All right. You have the Two of Swords. Yeah, actually, let me put this here. You have the Devil card. All right. The Fool. What is going on here? The Five of Wands. And the Six of Wands. You know, it's interesting, group number two, because I chose originally the Six of Wands to be the indicator card that you would choose in the beginning of the reading. and on the cover image. But for whatever reason, they told me this isn't the card, and they told me it was this card. But then this card ends up coming out anyway. So it's just funny to me. Spirit will do that sometimes, because I chose the Six of Wands because it does give me main character energy. It's like being in leadership, being victorious, being successful. It's like the conquering hero type of energy. But the Wheel of Fortune is really about like the changing of cycles. And it does sometimes portend increase of fortune or good news or good things to come. Now, I love that you have the Wheel of Fortune and also 2 aces. So this is very much about a new beginning for you, especially a successful one. Oh, you have the Fool too. I forgot. Yeah. So it's like really all about this new beginning. There's just options and things coming in, and this new excursion or new exploration that you're doing. Now, it's interesting because I'm kind of seeing here a story arc like we would see in a movie of the main character going through some kind of a change. And it's like we're seeing them sort of in the middle of their story, but it's the beginning of the movie, because that's what I'm seeing here for you, group 2. It's the middle of your story, but things have just shifted or changed significantly. And now you're at the beginning of this new phase. And so this is where we start the movie or start the story. And I see that the universe is offering you these resources to be able to support you in taking on the challenges that this story arc is going to entail. So in every good hero's journey, there will be challenges and obstacles to overcome that help the main character to develop. And that is what I see here with the 5 of Wands and the Devil card. These are very challenging energies. The Devil card challenges you to stay within your power. It seduces you, or tries to, and it attempts to get you to give away your power in a way that it's almost like you sabotage yourself. And the 5 of Wands here is like other people challenging you, other people trying to take your resources, or negative energy trying to sabotage or obstruct this hero development that you're on. Now, the King of Swords here feels like a mentor. This person to me feels like somebody who's going to help you develop from this Fool level energy through the Page of Pentacles to the 2 of Swords, and then become the King of Swords yourself. So your main character era is bringing in somebody who's going to help you level up. So be open to meeting someone or working with someone who can give you information that's going to broaden and expand your mind as you go out into this new journey. It's going to help you to be successful. So this is like the example that's coming to mind is like if you are Harry Potter, right? This is the Fool energy, Harry Potter getting told that he's a wizard. This is Dumbledore. The King of Swords is like this Dumbledore energy that's coming in to help you to kind of level up, but in a way that it's not being done for you, is kind of what I'm trying to say here. It's like, it's not being done for you. You have to figure it out and learn it for yourself. And so he gives you a lot of leeway, but he's also very kind of strict or rigid about what he will and won't tell you. I also see that the 2 of Swords here, you're one of your main challenges, even though this is on the side of this reading that doesn't really have to do with the challenges. I do see that the 2 of Swords can be a challenge here for you about being able to take action, to move, and to trust yourself as you kind of go out into the unknown. Because the Fool, this new beginning, and all these aces, it's like it's completely unknown territory for you. And it's like, are you gonna trust yourself, and are you gonna be able to trust other people to help you to learn along the way? The Page of Pentacles feels like you are learning and you are growing and you are like gradually gaining knowledge. You are, as you move along your path, you are understanding yourself a bit better through the help of this mentor or this guide. They are also really assisting you. Now they're drawing my attention to the moons in all of these cards, especially since they're all sitting right next to each other. The moons here speak of the subconscious mind. So the 2 of Swords may be something that challenges you from the subconscious level. It's like fear or doubt within that subconscious layer of yourself. So that's where another thing that the King of Swords comes in and helps you to maybe reconcile with that, or he gives you some kind of a sword, because they're pointing to the sword in his hand, and then they're showing the Ace of Swords here. So I feel like this is something that this individual gives you. For whatever reason, they keep referencing Harry Potter, and it's kind of like the sword of Gryffindor, right? He says, he doesn't give it to him. Dumbledore doesn't give the Sword of Gryffindor directly to Harry, but he tells him of it, or he gives him the information he needs to be able to get it for himself. And this Ace of Swords is what you need to defeat the devil. It's like, this is such a Harry Potter story arc, you guys. If you haven't read the books or seen the movies, you must. No, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do if it's not your bag. Don't worry about it. But like, I'm just such a Harry Potter nerd, and it changed my life. Like, it helped me get through some of the hardest times in my life. And I very much resonate with the Harry Potter story arc and his character development. So anyway, I see this, like, the Sword of Gryffindor is like one of the only things that can help you to defeat Voldemort. So that's the devil energy. But there's other people who want that sword, or there's other people who want things their own way, or they want your power. They want to take your resources or something like that. But you don't give in. You keep going. You come out victorious. Even if you have to face your darkest fears, even if you have to face your own stillness, I just heard. So what does that mean? Facing your subconscious mind by being still. Oh, like some of this battle is very internal, very subconscious. It's underneath the surface. It's like you're grappling with a lot of like very deep spiritual or emotional or mental aspects of yourself, and how that influences the type of experiences that you have and what you're attracting. Oh, it's like you have to go deep into your mind and see all of the programming there so that you can conquer your fear and feel confident to be able to go out and defeat this devil energy within you first, and then out in the world. But it's primarily through you. It's like you have to really conquer this devil energy within you, your own subconscious fears, and then be able to address that. It's like, as soon as you deal with it here, it's like it stops being an issue out in the world. Okay, they're drawing me back to Howlite again. Teaches patience and helps to eliminate rage, pain, and stress. Okay, and it helps with awareness and emotional expression. So the emotions are the subconscious mind. Rage, pain, and stress can all be held in the subconscious mind. And teaching patience, I think the Two of Swords is a great indicator of that as well. This is a very patient, and they did mention stillness. Okay, now I'm seeing it come together. Oh, okay. So you are actually being made, like, part of your hero's journey, and your main character era is about you being able to be still and listen and connect to your own mind. So this may be through meditation, or it may be through somebody who teaches you to connect to your inner world, to be able to go deeper and start fresh and see what's below the surface, so that with an innocent and compassionate mindset, you can address any internal conflict and any impulses that are inherently self-sabotaging or detrimental or disempowering. This is a very internal journey, but that being said, it does have external counterparts. Like, for example, if you're dealing with, let's say, for example, the archetype of lack, like if you believe that you lack something, then you may manifest or experience externally people who come in and tell you that you lack something, or they take something from you, so that you end up in a state of actual lack. So it's like what's going on the inside is what you're going to experience on the outside. And that's part of your hero's journey. That's part of your main character era. It's like you are being challenged to address your subconscious mind and level up in the biggest way possible from the inside out. And I love that the Wheel of Fortune is like the turning of the wheel, the fates. I just heard by fate's design. So this is very, very fated, and you are meant to go through this new beginning and being a little unprepared, but then really attracting people who are going to help you, who are going to give you the information either directly or indirectly. I just saw a book. So for some of you, this might be an actual book, like a self-help book, or some kind of learning or teaching. It could be fiction as well, but I just see this book that they're showing me in regard to the King of Swords. So this could be somebody who wrote a book, and then you're learning through them by reading it, and it's helping you to go inward and to see yourself more clearly so that you can actually appreciate what's under the surface. It's like she's outside in a garden at night in the Page of Pentacles, and she's able to stop and smell the roses and appreciate her abundance, even though it's nighttime. It's like she should be in bed or something like that, but she's out in the sun or out in the garden, and she's just enjoying herself. So it's like you can go into the subconscious mind and stir up some stuff, but at the same time, you'll also find some beauty there. And through that, you will come out successful, victorious. And I just heard anointed. And they're showing me the ring of flowers on her head and the crown on the Ace of Swords, anointed. I want to look up that word because I feel like there's something there. I know what it means, but sometimes when I just Google like the actual definition, it helps to kind of put the pieces together, or there's additional info. So hold on one sec. Okay, so in this context, anoint means to ceremonially confer divine or holy office upon. It can also mean to rub with oil, but in this case, I'm feeling like the anointed definition, especially since they showed the crown, is connected to holy office. So it's like being in a position of divine power. And that's what the crown represents. The crown is an archetype of connection to the divine, and it literally sits on the crown chakra, which is the chakra that connects us to all that is. So I feel like this is something that's really helping you to spiritually evolve. Your soul is being anointed, and your human self is coming into a stage of real balance between your inner world and your outer world. I also noticed that they had me Google the howlite, and then they had me Google the word anointed. And so that could be part of the information. It's like maybe it's a book, maybe it's a person, maybe it's just you doing your research, because the King of Swords is very much about the intellect and learning and the mind. And Google is a free resource that is literally at your fingertips or in your pocket right now. If you have a phone, you have a computer, then you have access to this infinite resource of knowledge. And so it's like your part of your main character era is really going to be about you learning a lot and like developing your mind, very much about developing your mind. And then how that relates to your hero's journey and to your enjoyment of life and to what you're learning and applying and how you're succeeding and what you're able to combat and to I heard quell, like to quell the fires of rage, or to quell the fires of impulse. That's what they're saying here. Yeah, the calming stone of howlite. It's like you're able to calm things down that are inflamed. This could even be physical too. Like if this is like a physical health issue, going into the subconscious mind is going to help you to kind of find the root of it and then reduce the inflammation. This is really interesting. I feel like you researching things is really going to give you this information and these resources that you need to be able to be the victor here. Be the victor. 6 of Wands energy. They keep showing me the tattoos. Like she's got a tattoo on her arm here, and then they've got some tattoos on their hands. P.S. Should I get hand tattoos, guys? Completely aside from your reading. If you think I should get hand tattoos, comment in the comment below, because I've been thinking about it, but I'm unsure. Anyway, back to you. This is your main character reading, not me. I feel like these tattoos mean something. It could be like a mark of your achievements, or it could be like a mark of ceremony. I just heard, like in the ancient times, if you were anointed, or if you had achieved something, or if you were from a certain clan or tribe, the tattoos were used as like indicators or representations of that. Nowadays, tattoos have just become very sort of artistic and a form of self-expression. You may even have tattoos, by the way. And if you do, some of those may be very symbolic to you, especially since you have a lot of like mental, symbolic, subconscious energy. Like you may be drawn to symbolism and may even have marked yourself with that. You know, this reading is applying to me too, because they're showing me the moon and the eye, and I literally have an eye tattoo and a moon tattoo. So anyway, but back to you guys, group number 2. I feel like there's something about the tattoos that are a representation. And if you don't have any, it's just like a symbol for you being in this main character energy and this representation of you being marked for this office is what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. It's like you are a representative of this like hero archetype or something like that. And so that mark is it's like a status symbol or something energetically or at soul level. It also acts as protection is what I just heard. So you may have protective tattoos, or you may be thinking about getting a protective tattoo. And it's an energetic signature because all symbols are energy. It's like the language of the universe is really in symbols. And so same thing with the subconscious mind. The language of the subconscious is symbols. That's why I love tarot, is because it's all symbolism and it speaks directly to the subconscious and to the soul. So I see that you may have some like symbolic things either around you, maybe you wear them, or maybe it's actually tattooed on your body that helps to protect you from this negative energy or remind you of it so that you don't fall prey to your own vices. Because the devil card can be external energy, but like I said, since we have so much subconscious stuff here, it's kind of like you battling against your inner demons and you battling against your shadow self, and then actually coming to accept your shadow self and enjoy it because it's a part of you. And it's like this radical acceptance and innocence through understanding, maybe through research or a teacher or a mentor, that helps you to flip the script and come out victorious with all of these new boons. I don't know why they just gave me the word boons. I've like literally never used that word. The heck is boon? Okay, I'm researching that now. Group 2, we're gonna learn together. Boons. It's a funny word. Okay, boons are a timely benefit. A benefit, a favor, one especially given in answer to a request. So you will be given boons, group number 2. It's going to be some kind of a benefit to you by asking these questions. And I feel like that's what the research is representing. It's like you're asking the questions, you're seeking the answers, you're looking for the answers through internal work or through Google or through books or through mentors, and you're going to find them and you're going to get benefits from that, because that's what these 2 aces represent. It's like you're going to get benefits from that. Even if it feels like a challenge, or even if other people challenge that path, you're still going to get the benefits. You're still going to level up and get the victory. This is really, really cool. Okay, so now let's get some astro dice. So for group number 2, all right, you have Jupiter. Jupiter has been coming out so much. It came out in group number 1. It came out in the last readings that I used. You also have Sagittarius, which is also, it's ruled by Jupiter. So you've got Jupiter in Sagittarius in the 10th house. And the 10th house is about career. It's your public image. It's your, it's like your reputation. Jupiter is about expansion and growth. It's the great benefic too. And since we literally just had the word boons and the representation of that being through benefit, that's exactly what Jupiter does, is it brings you benefits. I love that you have the Fool card and Sagittarius, because this is very much about like learning things that are out there in the world. And I see both of these, Jupiter and Sagittarius, all about information. It's like you're learning and honing your mind. This could be through travel, since you do have the Fool card and Sagittarius. It could be through like acquiring this knowledge by becoming more worldly, but it could just be that you're traveling the world in your mind by researching different things from different cultures or different words or different information. And that research and that acquisition of knowledge, it helps to expand you, because that's exactly what these 2 energies do. Jupiter and Sagittarius expand everything that they touch, and they learn through experience, and they also learn through higher learning. So it could be going to university and connecting with a teacher. It could be going to a course or a retreat or a seminar and connecting with a mentor or a teacher or a speaker. It could be reading a book, like I said. So it's all about higher knowledge for you, group number 2. Your main character era is all about your development of your mind and how that relates to your fortunes in your public image, in your career, in your life purpose, is what I just heard. Life purpose. So this could be to do with like changing your fate or changing your fortune in regard to like your living situation or your life circumstances. Because what they're showing me is like somebody who starts out with nothing, and then they just have this drive and ambition to understand themselves and the world and other information that they need. And then they're able to put in the work and like do the physical actions and things that put them in the position to change their fate. I literally just watched Working Girl last night for the first time. I've never seen that movie before. First of all, like amazing 80s movies. So I'll probably do a Working Girl pop culture pick a card. So stick around for that, or stay tuned for that. But anyway, it's like that sort of energy where she comes from Long Island, she goes to the city, she doesn't really have a lot of like education or anything like that, but she wants to get ahead in life. She wants to change her station from being a secretary to being in a position of power. And she's ambitious and she's intelligent. And so she puts in the work. She takes speech therapy classes to change her accent. She learns, she studies, she reads everything that comes across her, even if it's, the paper or magazines or whatever. And she has these brilliant ideas that help her to move up in life and to change her fortune and change her fate. So that's also what I'm seeing as part of your main character era. But there may be people who challenge you. It's like the people who try to take advantage of you or who try to usurp, I just heard, usurp your power. Ooh, especially if you're an anointed one and you're wearing that crown. It's like this devil energy tries to come in and usurp and disempower. But you're like, no, not going to let that happen because I'm so intelligent and smart. I've done the work. I understand myself. I'm not going to let you come in and catch me like that off guard. No way. Because I've got the sword of truth and I've got the pentacle of good fortune. So no, you can't have that. This is amazing, group number 2. I'm absolutely loving these readings. They've just been so cool. So your expansion and your growth is going to be a big, huge part of your main character era. You're going to be moving from one station to another and being very victorious, and you're starting a new journey. Your fate is changing and destiny is calling you. Group number 2, destiny is calling you into your main character era to develop your mind and challenge your fears so that you can thrive in abundance and success. So that is what I see for you, my beautiful group number 2. I'm so really honored to have done this reading for you. So thank you so much for being here, for clicking on the reading, and for sticking around. Hit that like button to let me know that you enjoyed or you resonated or you just watched it. I don't know. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, I am still accepting personal clients and doing personal readings. You can find the information at the link to my website, which is in the description box below this video. All right, guys, I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your main character era reading. If you chose the Sun card and the blue lace agate, then this is your reading. Let's take a look at what your main character energy is and what the story is here. So for group number 3, what is their main character era looking like? Okay. Whoa. Oh my God. Did you see that? I have to go get that. One sec. What? Come on. Oh my God. Really? Just why? Oh. Okay. Okay, so group number 3, that was a struggle and a half. I could not for the life of me pick this card up off the floor. It's the Wheel of Fortune. And it's funny because I was actually going to use the Wheel of Fortune for your reading as the indicator instead of the Sun, but they told me to use the Sun, so I used the Sun. And this is also really interesting because the Wheel of Fortune was group number 2's significator card. And I was originally going to choose the 6 of Wands for them, but Spirit told me to choose the Wheel. So I don't know, there's some connection there that they wanted to bring to your attention, but I find it really important that card just like shot out and then fell on the ground and then I could not pick it up. So let's find out maybe what that is. You have the 9 of Cups. Oh, I love it. Such positive energy in your reading. The Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, and the 9 of Cups. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. You have the Knight of Pentacles, also good. Okay. And the Knight of Cups. No way. I was like, don't jinx it. It's, don't say it's so good. You're going to get like the tower or something, but nope. And look at these two horses on either side framing your reading. Let me see if we need more. Nope. We're just going to start with that then. Okay. So it is going to be an all tarot reading and then we'll get the astro dice after, but I may get some more cards if I'm called. So the first thing I'm noticing, obviously, is these two knights on either side framing the reading. And it's like the Knight of Cups going this way towards the Wheel of Fortune, which is like a change of fate or a new season. I'm also seeing all of these little bunnies reading books. It's like something to do with knowledge and information and intellect. Oh, that's probably why you're connected to group number 2. Because that was what their whole reading was about. So if you felt called to that one, I'd check it out too. Anyway, I just feel like there's movement forward here, like there's progress, steady progress towards your happiness, because the sun is all about happiness and joy and innocence and growth and healing. And I just heard popularity in my head as well. Popularity, it's like thriving and being in your element. It's like, I'm also hearing the phrase, when the sun shines, make hay. So it's like the sun is out, you're feeling good, you're productive, you know what you need to be doing. And then the 9 of Cups is like, look at all of this abundance that I have. Look at all of this emotional satisfaction that I've been able to create for myself, because I'm happy and content with my circumstances, with myself, with my position in life. Fate has been kind to me, and I am moving forward and steadily progressing in my emotional development and in my physical, work, career, health, abundance. It's like, I just see so much progress and positivity here in your reading, group number 3. I almost don't want to pull any more cards because I don't want to ruin it, but they are now calling me to do that. So let's take a look. You have this one that just kind of stuck to the bottom when I picked up the deck. So the Justice card is here. For group number 3, what else is going on in their main character era? Okay. You have the King of Pentacles. Okay. The Moon card. So you have the Sun and the Moon. It's like the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, the awareness and the emotional body, the physical life and the internal world. This is really cool. The 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like balancing those two things. I was just talking about those dualities, and then you got the 2 of Pentacles. Like, hey, look at these two things. You have the 4 of Wands. Achievement. I just heard notoriety with the 4 of Wands as well. So you've got popularity, notoriety, achievement, balance between, like, look at the 2 of Pentacles and the Justice card. They're both like balance, balance, balance. The Sun and Moon, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. It's like your reading is so balanced, group number 3. And then finally, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm not going to pull any more tarot cards because this is just so freaking positive. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Your reading is like so uplifting, group number 3. Your main character era is going to be, or is already, beautiful. Okay, there. It's perfect. Okay. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, especially when it comes to placing the cards. You may have noticed in some of my readings, I'm a little bit anal about that. It's just because, yeah, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So anyway, your 8 of Pentacles right in the middle of the reading here is speaking of you really mastering something and working hard at something and developing yourself into this very, very balanced, very popular, very well received individual. This does feel like career to me, although I feel like this is more than that. It's not just your career. It's like a life purpose or your destiny at soul level. It's very much concerned with being in the spotlight to some degree. The Sun card, the reason I chose that for this reading is because that's very main character energy. The Sun is ruled by Leo, and Leo is like this, or rather Leo is ruled by the Sun. And so it's very much about the self and the ego development and being seen and being in the spotlight. So I'm really not actually that surprised to see all of these cards talking about this here in your reading and to be receiving this channeled information from Spirit, because yeah, that's exactly what the Sun card represents, is your ability to be in the spotlight. Now they're directing my attention to the blue lace agate, and blue lace agate is all about the throat chakra. So it aids you in communicating effectively, in channeling information, in sharing your thoughts and what's in your heart. It helps you to be a speaker. So I do see for you guys in group 3, like you may be meant to or called to be in a position of leadership as it relates to communication. This could be motivational speaking, it could be teaching, it could be just like some kind of public position where you do have to communicate to some degree. And I do see it being very, very public. Like it may just be within your work environment, but I see it even more than that. Like it's something to do with, it's much bigger than that. But let me just read into these cards a little bit more. I just see so much wealth and abundance in your reading. And again, when I look at the Justice card, they're saying notoriety. Again, didn't they say that with the Four of Wands too? So it's like there's notoriety, something to do with legality or balance or karma. This could be positive karma that you accrued by clearing negative karma in this lifetime and past lifetimes. It's like I just heard you're set up, like you're set for life. You could even win the lottery. Maybe that's the notoriety or the public attention that you're getting in your main character era, because you get like this big windfall and then everybody's eyes are on you. But for whatever reason, you're still like working. Or maybe it's like you are working to kind of like quote unquote win the lottery in your career. And you're trying to find balance with that so that you can level up and achieve these goals. It's like you're moving steadily forward through this, and you're doing it in a way that's very, very self-fulfilled, self-focused, self-determined. Like you are very determined, group number 3. The King of Pentacles here is speaking to me of like satisfaction, and that it's sitting right underneath the Nine of Cups, which is also about satisfaction. So you're very, very satisfied with what you're able to create for yourself in this main character era. This is just, wow, beautiful. Love it. And just so balanced. Like if something is off, you're like, well, I'm going to adjust that. You're very, very diligent, very willing to address problems as they arise, because you know that if you don't, it can knock you off your balance. And it's like you worked so hard to get this balance that you're just not going to allow that in your life. Like you have very good boundaries, and I see that you're very down to earth, group number 3. So your main character era is also about you being very down to earth, very practical, very balanced, but like at the same time, you're very aware of your subconscious, you're aware of your emotional body. So you're not like excluding that in the name of work or success or ambition. It's just so balanced. Yeah. And fertile. I'm seeing the water flowing from the Knight of Cups, and then the field. It's like just been tilled. It's just been tilled. It's ready to have all these seeds planted in it. It's going to sprout and bloom because the sun is shining. And then the sun's shining, so you're going to make hay. It's like get it while the getting's good, group number 3, because this is like your time to shine, quite literally, the Sun card. It's your time to shine. You're going to be so fulfilled. Just put in the work, make hay while the sun is shining, because you are seriously going to get your benefits from that. Like you are going to receive so much from this, and you're going to make a lot of progress, a lot of achievement. A lot of people are going to be looking at you like, how'd you do that? Teach me how to do that. Or like, show us, or just, you're so awesome. I just see people really cheering you on and wanting to celebrate with you. It's like they're happy for your success because you earned it. Like you really worked hard for it. So maybe it's not a lottery win. Maybe it's like you win the lottery by putting in the work and making something happen for yourself. That could definitely be the case. Or it could be that you get put into a legal situation where like you are innocent and you're put into the spotlight, and it's part of your karma, it's part of your fate to be seen in this spotlight, and then you get the benefit of this. Like for if it's like let's say for example, it's like a lawsuit of like you versus some government function, like some big corporation, let's say like some big corporation that wronged you in some way. And then you're like the little guy going up against, David going up against Goliath. And it's like such an underdog story. And you go up against them and you take them down because you are in your integrity and you're so balanced and you're willing to do the work. And then the whole world is watching, like, what's going to happen? Like, oh my God, the courage of this person to go up against this giant and to say, this isn't right. And then everyone's cheering for you because all the other little guys are like, you are an inspiration. You are, that makes you so popular because people see you as an inspiration, having the guts to go up against this big corporation or whatever it happens to be and like take them down. You know what I mean? This is huge. Yeah, this is just mind blowing. I don't even know what to make of that. Yeah, it's like, but whatever this is, even if that's, even if that example is not literally what is happening here, I just get the sense that you go after what you want, you make progress slowly, steadily, but surely, and fate is going to be very kind to you, group number 3, very kind to you. And people are going to love you. Oh my God, now they're showing me Marilyn Monroe. Was it Marilyn Monroe? They love me. They really love me. That's the image and the visual and the audio that I'm getting right now. It's so funny. Yeah, they do. They love you because you are a representation of this balance and this achievement and this underdog story and this like rags to riches or whatever this happens to be. I don't know what this is specifically, but it's super positive. I can tell you that much. It's so freaking positive. This is like the best reading ever. Yeah, it's like I see you going from very little to a lot. And that's why I think this is such an inspirational story. It's like the type of story that inspires a based on real life movie. That's what I just saw in my mind, is like, this is the type of story that they would make a based on true events type of Netflix movie or documentary on, because it's so inspiring and it lights people up and it gives them hope in a time when there's despair. Oh, wow. My heart. I just felt all the despair of the world and then that renewed hope and inspiration, and it just like hit me right in the chest like a pound of bricks, but like in such a good way. Group number 3, this is just amazing. This is like I've had really good readings before, and I say like this is the best reading ever, but I would say that this is the best reading to date on this channel. There's going to be tons more to come, so hopefully we can even top that. But I just feel really blessed to be doing this reading right now and to be connecting with your energy, and I hope that you also feel equally as blessed, if not more blessed, to have chosen this group, because you are seriously something else, group number 3. And I cannot wait to see what you do. I cannot wait. So, remember me. Remember me when you have this success and you achieve this thing, whatever it is, and, leave me a comment or send me an email because I want to know. I want to know how this turned out. I don't know you, but I'm invested in your story now. It is what it is. So I just get this feeling that, you're just going to be like, I did it. Just so satisfied that you did it. And you're protective of it too, because you fought hard to get it. You worked hard. You did it happily though. So it's not like you did it begrudgingly. And I think that's why it worked, is because you did it with joy. You did it with hope. You did it with love in your heart rather than grinding it out and slaving away. It's like, you're like, no, I want this and I want to do it. And I'm going to bring joy to my experience as I go along. And again, very, very balanced energy. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They're showing me like the fortresses in the King of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. It's like there's these castles, and I just get the sense that you're going to be living in like a really nice home. You're going to have a castle. Yeah, you're going to, like, let's say for example, you started out in like a studio apartment or like a basement suite or like your parents' house or something. This main character era is going to put you in a castle in the sky, Like you're gonna moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Like that's what I see for you, group number 3. I just gotta stop and laugh at myself because I'm so ridiculous sometimes. I hope you jive with that and get down with me because that's just me being me. And I know that you do. If you clicked on this reading and you're resonating and you're still here, like you do resonate with that version of me because this is you too, group number 3. Like I see you're very, very big personality, gregarious, but at the same time, you're grounded, you're down to earth, you're practical, you're humble, you're loving, you're kind, you're so beautiful. I love you, group number 3. Let's be friends because I love it. Yeah, so people love you because you're just authentic and you're you, and you are bold and courageous and hardworking and grounded and practical, but also spiritually and emotionally mature. And, you know, just, I see generosity here with the 9 of Cups as well. Like he's not trying to guard his cups. Like he's like, oh yeah, I can make more of this. You want some? You have some. Like he's very hospitable. You're protective. You have good boundaries here, but you're not like stingy. You know what I mean? Like both of these knights are both offering up something. They're both like, here, do you want some? Do you want some? And I feel like if you did hit the lottery, let's say, for example, if you did hit the lottery and you won like a huge windfall, you'd be the first person like handing it out to just strangers and like bartenders and, you know, servers, or you'd be like buying a house for your family members. You'd just be like, you know, it wouldn't just be, whoa, you know, what can I do with this? It's more like, what can I do to give back? Because you've been in that position of lack, or you've struggled and you get it. So you're like very, very generous, humble, grounded, loving, kind, authentic, beautiful, innocent soul. Just, yeah, this is amazing. Friendly. I see you being very friendly. Like you always have a smile on your face. People just love you. And I can see why. I love you, group 3. This is so beautiful. Yeah, you've just got to keep doing what you're doing is what I'm seeing here. Like you're making progress. You're already moving towards this energetically. You're aligning with it. If you clicked on this reading, this is aligning for you. This is happening because you've done the work. Like you've been focusing on your tasks. You've been grounded, practical, balanced. You've cleared karma. You are taking responsibility for what you need to do. You've been generous with people. You've been kind and open-hearted. You've been like just so willing to create this balance in your life. And now I'm seeing this freedom coming in for you. This liberation from any circumstances that were lacking. All positive, like all the cards in your reading. Wow, speechless. So let's take a look at your Astro Dice. So for group number 3, what other themes do they need to be aware of with the Astro Dice? Okay, you have the North Node, or is that the South Node? No, that's the South Node. Okay, South Node in Virgo. Yeah, Virgo in the 3rd house. 3rd house is to do with communication. That's what I was seeing there with the blue lace agate. You're definitely meant to be in a position of communication of some kind. Virgo is about healing, organization, practicality. That's very much this 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles energy. It's like you might be creating a system or mastering a skill that helps. You know, I did mention my perfectionism. That's so, because I always just fiddle with the cards, but I never actually say like I'm a bit of a perfectionist. But I see that here with the 8 of Pentacles. It's like you're a perfectionist, but in the best possible way. Like it's a good thing that you pay attention to detail, because that's what helps you to create a system or to get organized or to teach people something or to figure out some kind of it feels like you're figuring out some kind of a system, or you're getting to the root of something, because the South Node is all about your past. It's your past karma, it's your past lives, it's your past experience as a soul. So I feel like your South Node here is giving you the opportunity and the skills you need. Like, you've developed all these skills in these past lives, and then your main character era is going to be about you using those skills to be able to communicate something to the world in a way that's very, very balanced and very positive, and then brings in all this abundance for you, like you won the lottery. Sometimes the South Node is associated with like things that we need to let go of. But in this reading, what I'm getting from the South Node here is actually more to do with like the gifts that you've developed from that past life or from those past life experiences. It's not about what is holding you back. It's the skills you built in those lifetimes that are really serving you in your growth in this lifetime. And they just keep bringing me back to the Eight of Pentacles and giving me the word mastery. It's like you've mastered something. You're completing a cycle. Oh yeah, you did have the Wheel of Fortune. So, and the Sun and the Moon, it's like the cycles of life. So I feel like you've been through a major story arc, main character story arc at soul level. Like, not just in this lifetime, but all the lifetimes leading up to this one. And this one feels like a culmination point. And that's why it's so big. And your main character era is bigger than everyone else's main character era. I mean, it's not a comparison, but like, this is huge because you're like, it's a crescendo. I just heard it's a crescendo of all of these lifetimes building up into this one. Shivers, chills. This is gonna be big. I'm so excited for you, group number 3. I'm so excited for you. Wow. Again, remember me. Email me, let me know, how does this work out for you? Yeah, that's what I see for you, group number 3. Your main character era is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Absolutely friggin' mind-blowing. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you. And I hope that it plays a part in this main character era that you're stepping into right now. So I'm sending you so much love and so many blessings. And if you, for whatever reason, want to work with me one-on-one, I am still accepting personal clients and doing personal readings for the time being. And you can find the information through the link to my website, which is in the description box below this video. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.